This is what I was born to do.
The long-awaited second trailer for The Wheel of Time Season 3 has finally arrived, and it is packed with stunning visuals, intense battles, hidden details, Easter eggs, and shocking revelations that hint at the major events unfolding in this next installment. But there's more. Fail is here, the Whitecloaks are in the mix, and alliances will be tested. Dark friends are closing in. And Perrin Ibarra? Who will survive? And what does this battle mean for the future of the Wheel of Time? This is the Battle of the Two Rivers, one of the most epic and game-changing fights in the Wheel of Time series. Get ready, because Season 3 is about to bring one of the greatest battles in fantasy television history. Let's dive in. The Waste and the Aiel, Rand's journey into the threefold land. One of the most striking aspects of the Wheel of Time Season 3 trailer is its prominent focus on the Aiel and the Waste, a location that book fans have been eagerly anticipating for years. The introduction of the Aiel and their homeland is a pivotal moment in the series, as it marks a significant turning point in Rand al'Thor's journey toward becoming the prophesied Kare Karn, Chief of Chiefs. The Aiel are one of the most unique and powerful warrior societies in fantasy literature. Their culture, laws, and way of life are vastly different from anything Rand and his companions have experienced thus far. While Rand was raised in the lush green fields of the Two Rivers, the Aiel come from the Threefold Land, an unforgiving desert that has shaped them into hardened survivors and fearsome warriors. To outsiders, the Waste is a barren and merciless place, but to the Aiel, it is a land of trials, endurance, and honor, shaping their strict warrior code and deeply ingrained traditions. The Waste is not just a physical setting, it is a philosophical battleground that challenges Rand in ways that no other land has before. The Aiel believe in Ge-To, a complex system of honor and obligation that dictates how they live, fight, and interact with the world. Understanding Ge-To will be essential for Rand if he hopes to lead the Aiel and unite them under his banner for the battles to come. However, his leadership is not guaranteed, as the Aiel will not simply follow him because of prophecy. He must prove himself worthy through actions, not just words. The White Tower in Chaos. The White Tower, the seat of the Aes Sedai, is on the verge of internal collapse, and the trailer makes it clear that major conflicts will erupt within its walls. This is one of the most dramatic and politically charged arcs in the Wheel of Time saga, as tensions between different factions of Aes Sedai reach a breaking point. The trailer provides glimpses of Lane Sharif, the Keeper of the Chronicles, and Suan Sanche, the Amerlin seat, standing in opposition to Lindren and the Black Aja, suggesting that the shadowy influences within the tower are finally being exposed. The Aes Sedai have long been divided, but Season 3 looks to be the moment when those cracks turn into full-scale war. One particularly shocking moment in the trailer shows Lindren being lifted into the air by weaves of air, a technique that is often used in the punishment or execution of traitors within the Aes Sedai. This strongly hints that Lindren's betrayal as a member of the Black Aja is being discovered, and she may be facing severe consequences, possibly even stilling removal of her ability to channel the One Power. However, Lindren has always been a master manipulator, and it is unlikely that she will go down without a fight. Egwene's voiceover in the trailer reinforces the impending downfall of the tower, as she warns. This tower is destroying itself from the inside out. This suggests that Suan's leadership is crumbling, possibly due to internal rebellion and the growing influence of the Forsaken. If the show follows the books closely, we can expect to see the White Tower split into rival factions, with a power struggle over who should lead the Aes Sedai in the coming war. This arc is one of the most thrilling political dramas in the series, and it will be fascinating to see how the show portrays the deep betrayals, shifting alliances, and brutal power struggles that define the fate of the Aes Sedai. The Battle of the Two Rivers. One of the most iconic and emotionally powerful events teased in the Wheel of Time Season 3 trailer is the Battle of the Two Rivers, a massive turning point in both the story and Perrin Ibarra's character arc. This battle, which takes place in the Shadow Rising, is one of the most intense and large-scale conflicts in the entire series, marking the first major war that takes place in Perrin's homeland. The Two Rivers, a quiet and isolated region in Ander, has long been untouched by the chaos of the outside world. However, that peace is shattered when Shadowspawn forces invade, and the villagers are forced to fight for their survival against an overwhelming enemy. Perrin, who has spent much of the series struggling with his identity, must now step up and become a true leader, taking on the responsibility of protecting his home, his people, and his legacy. The trailer gives us chilling glimpses of this battle, showing hordes of Trollocs, Darkfriends, and Whitecloaks converging on Emond's Field. We see Perrin at the forefront, wielding his massive axe, standing shoulder to shoulder with villagers who were once simple farmers and craftsmen but are now forced to become warriors. The stakes are higher than ever, as the battle will determine whether the Two Rivers survives or falls to the shadow. The scale of this battle in the books is huge, and based on the trailer, the show is doing justice to its epic nature. We see waves of Shadowspawn storming the village, arrows raining down from archers on the rooftops, and Perrin leading the charge, proving that this isn't just another skirmish, it's a full-blown war. Perrin's transformation, from wanderer to protector. For Perrin, this battle is more than just a fight for survival, it is a defining moment in his personal journey. Throughout the early books, Perrin struggles with his dual nature, the peaceful blacksmith who wants a simple life versus the fierce warrior who cannot escape the path of violence. At the start of the series, Perrin avoids leadership, preferring to follow rather than command. However, when the Two Rivers is attacked by invading forces, Perrin can no longer afford to stand in the background. He realizes that no one else is coming to save them. The responsibility falls on his shoulders, whether he wants it or not. One of the most emotionally significant moments in the books is when the people of the Two Rivers begin looking to Perrin as their leader. At first, Perrin is hesitant, reluctant to accept the weight of command. But as the battle rages on and he sees his friends and family in danger, he embraces his role as the protector of his homeland. The trailer captures his transformation perfectly, showing Perrin standing tall amidst the chaos, leading archers, strategizing defenses, and fighting with everything he has to keep his people safe. His deep connection to the wolves, which has been growing since Season 1, may also play a crucial role in this battle, as Perrin starts to accept his identity as a wolf brother. For fans of the books, this is one of Perrin's most defining moments, as he stops running from his destiny and fully steps into his power. It is a heroic and heartbreaking arc, and if the show adapts it properly, it will likely be one of the most emotionally charged sequences of the entire season. The Forsaken's influence. The Forsaken, the most dangerous and powerful followers of the Dark One, are becoming a bigger threat than ever before. Season 2 introduced Lanfear, one of the most cunning and manipulative Forsaken, and the trailer suggests that she will continue to manipulate Rand and others for her own purposes. Lanfear's relationship with Rand is central to this season, as she tries to lure him into trusting her while subtly pushing him toward the shadow. Lanfear, unlike many of the Forsaken, does not act purely out of devotion to the Dark One. Her motives are often personal, emotional, and deeply twisted. One of the most chilling additions to the trailer is the introduction of Moghedien, another Forsaken who is even more terrifying than Lanfear in some ways. Known for her mastery of compulsion, assassination, and psychological torture, Moghedien is one of the deadliest enemies in the series, and her appearance signals that the Forsaken are escalating their attacks. Moghedien's creepy smile, shrouded in darkness, suggests that she will play a significant role in manipulating and terrorizing our heroes, particularly Egwene and Nynaeve. In the books, Moghedien targets the women of the Tower, using her ability to stalk her enemies in the world of dreams, Teleran Riot, and strike when they least expect it. Her presence means that no one is safe, as she is one of the most unpredictable and patient of the Forsaken, waiting in the shadows until the perfect moment to strike at her victims. The threat of the Shadow, Trollocs, Fades, and Darkfriends. The primary threat in this battle is the massive army of Shadowspawn, consisting of Trollocs, Fades, Myrddraal, and Darkfriends. These creatures are some of the most terrifying forces of the Dark One, and their invasion of the Two Rivers is a nightmare come to life for the villagers. Trollocs are massive, savage creatures, hybrids of humans and animals, designed solely for violence and destruction. Their sheer size and strength make them far deadlier than human soldiers, and their ability to overwhelm with numbers makes them an almost unstoppable force. The Myrddraal, or Fades, are even more terrifying. Tall, eyeless, and faster than any human, these creatures act as the Shadow's generals, leading the Trolloc hordes into battle. Myrddraal are master swordsmen, capable of moving through shadows and striking with terrifying precision. If one Fade appears in the battle, it could spell disaster for the defenders. Then there are the Dark Friends humans who have pledged themselves to the Shadow in exchange for power, wealth, or immortality. Unlike Trollocs, Dark Friends can blend in among normal people, making them dangerous infiltrators. Some of the Two Rivers' own villagers may betray their neighbors, adding an extra layer of suspense and paranoia to the conflict. The trailer suggests that the battle will be brutal, with waves of shadow spawn attacking the village, fire and destruction spreading across Emond's Field, and Perrin fighting desperately to hold them back. The cinematography and fight choreography in this sequence will be crucial, as the show will need to capture both the epic scale of the battle and the personal stakes for Perrin and his people. The role of the Whitecloaks, friend or foe. An interesting element hinted at in the trailer is the presence of the Whitecloaks, children of the light, in the Two Rivers. In the books, the Whitecloaks arrive in the region under the command of Lord Captain Dane Bornhald, a fanatical warrior who sees all Aes Sedai and magic users as servants of the Shadow. At first, the Whitecloaks are not allies, they are a dangerous force that brings their own brand of tyranny, attempting to control the Two Rivers and execute those they suspect of being connected to the One Power. However, when the Trolloc army invades, the Whitecloaks are forced to fight alongside Perrin and the villagers, leading to an uneasy alliance. The dynamic between Perrin and the Whitecloaks is incredibly tense, as Perrin has a long history of conflict with them. In Season 1, he was brutally tortured by the Whitecloak Inquisitor, Aviendha, and forced to watch as they burned innocent women as witches. Perrin's resentment toward them is deep, yet in this battle, he must set aside his hatred and work with them to survive. If the show follows the books, we may also see Perrin being falsely accused of crimes by the Whitecloaks, setting up a future conflict where he is hunted by them even after saving their lives in this battle. This adds layers of moral complexity, as the Whitecloaks despise Perrin for his wolf abilities and his association with Aes Sedai, despite the fact that he fought to defend their soldiers against the Shadow. Rand's journey into the Waste. Scenes in the trailer show Rand al'Thor walking among Aiel warriors, confirming that we will finally see his journey into the Waste in Season 3. This aligns with The Shadow Rising, one of the most pivotal books in the Wheel of Time series, in which Rand must travel to the hidden city of Rhuidean. Rhuidean is one of the most mysterious and sacred locations in the world of the Wheel of Time. Hidden deep within the Waste, it is a place where only select Aiel are allowed to go, and entering it is considered a test of great significance. For Rand, stepping into Rhuidean is not just a physical journey but a spiritual and mental awakening that will shape his identity as a leader. Inside the city, Rand will experience visions that reveal the true history of the Aiel, including shocking truths about their origins. One of the most powerful and emotional sequences in the books is when Rand walks through the glass columns of Rhuidean, where he sees the past through the eyes of his ancestors. This moment completely reshapes his understanding of the Aiel, revealing that they were once a peaceful people who followed the way of the leaf. Over time, tragedy and necessity forced them to abandon pacifism, turning them into one of the deadliest warrior societies in history. This revelation shakes the very foundation of their identity, as many Aiel have believed that they have always been warriors, only to discover that their ancestors were once nonviolent. For Rand, this moment is life-changing. It not only forces him to grapple with his own destiny, but it also makes him question the entire cycle of fate, prophecy, and free will. He realizes that the Aiel must know the truth about themselves, even if it destroys their sense of identity. His leadership will be tested like never before, as he must decide how to tell them this truth and how to unite them under a single cause. Aviendha, an important ally and love interest. One of the most significant moments in the trailer appears to show Aviendha, an Aiel maiden of the Spear, standing beside Rand. Aviendha's introduction marks a major shift in both Rand's personal and political relationships. She is not just another warrior, she is a central figure in Rand's life and one of the most beloved characters in the books. Aviendha is a strong, fiercely independent fighter, trained in the ways of battle from an early age. She is a maiden of the spear, meaning that she has dedicated her life to combat, forsaking marriage and traditional family life. However, her role in the story evolves as she becomes one of Rand's most important allies, teaching him about Aiel culture, the importance of Ge-To, and what it truly means to be a leader among her people. Their relationship starts with tension and misunderstanding. Aviendha does not initially respect Rand, seeing him as an outsider who cannot possibly understand the ways of the Aiel. However, over time, she begins to see his struggles, his sense of duty, and his genuine desire to protect the world. This gradual shift from animosity to trust is one of the most compelling aspects of their relationship. In the books, Aviendha and Rand's connection becomes deeply personal, and their love story is one of the most complex and beautifully developed romances in the series. Unlike many of Rand's relationships, which are defined by prophecy or obligation, his bond with Aviendha is built on mutual respect, shared hardship, and an understanding of duty. The trailer hints that Aviendha will be given significant screen time, which is crucial for setting up her dynamic with Rand and her importance in the greater story. Given how beloved she is among fans, her portrayal in Season 3 will be under heavy scrutiny, and her interactions with Rand will be key moments to watch for. A harsh, beautiful, and dangerous land. The visuals of the Waste, as seen in the trailer, are stunning yet brutal, perfectly capturing the isolation and difficulty of life in this region. The cinematography does an excellent job of showing the vastness of the desert, the towering cliffs, and the sense of loneliness that comes with traveling through such an unforgiving land. The Waste is not just a setting, it is a trial. It is a proving ground that tests not only Rand's physical endurance, but also his leadership, intelligence, and ability to navigate political tensions. The Aiel respect strength and wisdom, and if Rand cannot prove himself worthy, they will reject him as Kari-Karan. This means that every step Rand takes in the Waste, every conversation he has, and every decision he makes will shape the fate of an entire people. Beyond the political and spiritual aspects, the Waste is also a battlefield. The trailer suggests that we will see epic battles in this environment, featuring Aiel warriors in action, likely clashing with invading forces or even rival Aiel factions. The Aiel fight differently than other warriors, using speed, agility, and unconventional tactics that make them deadly opponents. Seeing their combat techniques brought to life will be a huge moment for fans, and it will establish them as a dominant force in the world of the Wheel of Time. If the show stays true to the books, we can expect epic battles, intense personal growth for Rand, and deeper explorations of the prophecies surrounding the Dragon Reborn. The threefold land will shape Rand in ways no other place has before, forging him into the leader he must become for the battles ahead. Rand's journey into the Waste is one of the most pivotal arcs in the entire series, and Season 3 looks set to deliver some of the most powerful character moments and epic battles yet. With Aviendha's introduction, the mysteries of Viridian, and the trials that await Rand, this season has the potential to be the best yet. Final thoughts. Season 3 of The Wheel of Time is shaping up to be the most intense and ambitious season yet. With the show fully embracing the epic scale of Robert Jordan's world, this season promises massive battles, shocking betrayals, and profound character transformations. The focus on the Aiel and the Waste, the political collapse of the White Tower, and the increasing power of the Forsaken all point to a season that will drastically change the direction of the series. With Rand's journey leading him toward his destiny, and dark forces working against him, fans can expect some of the most pivotal moments from the books to come to life. What did you think of the trailer? Which moment stood out to you the most? Let the theories begin, because the Wheel of Time is about to enter its most explosive chapter yet.